Chapter 1. Your mind is divided into the conscious and subconscious. The latter influences your results the most. Your mind is extremely powerful. This may sound cliche, but not many people fully understand the power of the mind and how it functions. The world would be a better place if a lot of people understood how to use their minds to get what they want out of life. The truth is, scientists are still in the process of learning the extent and limit of the mind, but a lot has been discovered throughout the history of humanity, and you're about to learn some of these amazing discoveries. Let's begin from scratch and build up from there. You have only one mind, but this is subdivided into two phases, the objective or conscious mind and the subjective or subconscious mind. Each phase of your mind has its unique traits, but the two phases are capable of synchronizing to perform one single action. The objective or conscious mind is called objective because it has contact with the external world. It's with your objective mind that you perceive and interpret the world around you. For instance, think about the best place you'd like to visit. Why do you want to visit that location? Of course, you'd have your reasons, but they'd all be things your five senses can pick. That's because your five senses are the media the objective mind uses to analyze situations and events. Your objective mind learns through observation, experience, or education, but its greatest function is logical reasoning. The subconscious or subjective mind receives and executes information given by the objective mind. It is the seat of your emotions, and with it, you can travel to places your physical body hasn't been to. Your subconscious mind, when developed, can do scary things. It has the power of clairvoyance and clairaudience. With it, you can prowl into the thoughts of other persons, read the content of sealed envelopes, or even move physical objects. The subconscious mind doesn't depend on the physical senses of perception. In fact, it functions best when your conscious mind is relaxed or inactive, such as when you're sleeping or meditating. This is just an introduction. We'll go deeper into the power of your mind in subsequent chapters. Let's get started. Your mind is your greatest power. Use it well. Anita Cruz. Chapter 2. The subconscious mind is the underlying factor in all healing processes. When you're sick, you could visit the doctor, go to a clergy for prayers, or take advantage of traditional medications. The fact is, you have various methods at your disposal, but every method that eventually gets you healed works because you engaged your subconscious mind and obeyed the law of faith. The subconscious mind is the universal healing principle, and faith is the healing process. Joseph Murphy. The suggestions or impressions you send to your subconscious mind will greatly affect the effectiveness of the healing method you're engaging in. More often than not, the problem is not with the healing technique, but with the individual requiring healing. If, for instance, you're always entertaining negative thoughts and considering your ailment an impossible case, your chances of getting healed will be slim to none. This can be proven in an experiment with hypnotic individuals. If, for instance, you hold up a cup of water and tell the hypnotic person that you're holding a cup of dry pepper, he'd believe you and will even sneeze when he tries inhaling it. Sickness and health are created by the mind. Choose the state you want to be in and channel your thoughts in that direction. Scientific healing leverages on the power of both the subconscious and the conscious minds to restore health and vitality to the body. Usually, a practitioner is needed to help the patient get healing suggestions into his inner mind. Here's how it works. The patient is made to go into a passive, receptive, or sleepy state that relaxes his objective mind so much so that the impressions made by the practitioner will induce healing. When the practitioner begins to speak wonderful words of healing, the patient will find himself feeling relieved, and sometimes the healing happens instantly. Don't forget that your subconscious mind made your body, so it knows best how to heal it. All you need to do is surrender to it and allow its innate power to cure all your diseases. Did you know? The human brain contains roughly 100 billion neurons. These neurons form complex networks when you carry out activities like deep thinking. Chapter 3. You can leverage the power of your subconscious mind to overcome addiction to alcohol. Do you find yourself always drinking more than you should, or know someone addicted to alcohol and needs help? If yes, then congratulate yourself, because this section will give you the solution you need. The problem with most alcoholics is not that they aren't trying to change. Ask anyone frustrated with alcohol addiction, and they'll tell you they've engaged their willpower to stop, but to no avail. However, many people do not succeed at overcoming their alcohol addiction because although they desire to get out of the habit of excessively drinking, there is always that voice in their head telling them how weak and powerless they are in the face of alcohol. The alcoholic must understand that to overcome an alcohol addiction, they'll need more than just desire. Their imagination has to be consistent with their desires. When willpower doesn't work, submit to your subconscious mind and trust it to achieve the desired result. These simple tips will help anyone overcome alcohol addiction. Step 1. You have to admit that you're over-drinking and need help. This point might appear too obvious to the casual observer, but many alcohol addicts never admit that they're addicted. Step 2. Enter into a sleepy, drowsy state in which your conscious mind is relaxed, but your subconscious is fully alert. You can get into this phase anytime you desire, but an effective time is just before having your night's rest. Step 3. Take a simple phrase you can commit to memory, then recite it over and over again. You want to do this meditatively, so your words will provoke emotions. If you're wondering what phrase to use, the author recommends this: sobriety and peace of mind are mine now, and I give thanks. Either use this directly or tweak it to suit you, but don't change its essence. You can say the phrase out loud to prevent your mind from wandering. Repeat it 5 to 10 times per session. Do it daily. Step 4. Imagine any of your dearest relatives congratulating you for achieving sobriety. This will make your subconscious mind create new neural patterns in your brain that are contrary to the ones you have as an addict. Chapter 4. Your subconscious mind can bring you wealth and freedom. It's not uncommon for businesses to fail, but what makes the difference between the person who quickly gets out of a business crash and the other who remains poor for the rest of his life because a business crashed when he needed it the most? The answer is mental preparedness. When you have a positive mental attitude, you won't easily be crushed by the vicissitudes of the financial world. Individuals with poor mindsets will always find themselves in financial penury, but people with the wealth mentality, those who have ideas of wealth floating in their heads, will always be surrounded by wealth. However, the good news is, no matter what your current mindset is, you can engage the power of words, imaginations, and feelings to let go of the mindset responsible for your financial misfortune. A lot of people know about the power of words, but it's unfortunate that only a few understand and use it to their advantage. Many are frustrated because they keep confessing wealth and riches, but all they see is poverty. The problem is that such people do not understand a vital truth. Your words are not enough to shape your life. They have to become your beliefs and convictions if they are to make an impact on your life. If you keep speaking about wealth but believe you can't actually be wealthy and financially free, you'd always find yourself in poverty. Your desires need to match your thought patterns to produce the results you want. If you find it difficult to believe what you confess about success and wealth, you might want to change the lines of your confession. You could use a statement like, "By day and by night, I am being prosperous in all of my interests." Or simply say, wealth or success occasionally. Love is a powerful emotion. It can secure you a spouse, but its power is way more than that. If you love and are passionate about wealth, you'll always have it multiplied for you. In the same way, envy is an enemy of wealth. Wealth will flee from you if you're in the habit of entertaining envious thoughts about the prosperity of the people around you. When such envious thoughts arise in your mind, rather than criticize, proclaim in your mind or aloud that you appreciate the person and truly wish them more wealth. Chapter 5. You can use the innate power of your mind to protect your marriage or choose the right partner if you're still single. The best time to prevent divorce is before marriage. Most divorces happening today are as a result of choosing the wrong partner. You can go ahead and groan about the negative qualities you don't like in your partner, but never forget you attracted them to your life. Anyone planning to get married anytime soon can leverage the power of the mind to attract exactly the kind of partner they want. The process is not different from attracting wealth, health, or freedom from addictive behaviors as discussed in the previous sections. Simply get into a quiet, relaxed, and mentally receptive state. Then imagine the qualities of the partner you want. Don't forget to confess with your mouth and be grateful about it. Above all, be sure to believe that what you say and imagine will come true. For instance, if you're a lady and want to attract into your life a joyful, honest, kind, and prosperous spouse, slip into a relaxed and drowsy state, then begin to imagine your union with this man. You could say something along the lines of, I am now attracting a man into my experience who is honest, sincere, loyal, kind, faithful, and prosperous. He is peaceful and happy. These qualities are sinking down into my subconscious mind now. As I dwell upon these qualities, they become a part of me. I know there is an irresistible law of attraction and that I attract to me a man according to my subconscious belief. I attract that which I feel is true in my subconscious mind. In other words, I know that according to the law, I will attract a man in accordance with my feelings, beliefs, and impressions made on my subconscious by the type of man I seek. As you seek a spouse, it's important to be clear about exactly why you want to get married. Don't marry to settle a score or to find wealth and security. You can have any of these without the aid of a spouse. Marrying for the wrong reason is the recipe for divorce. Couples will have misunderstandings every now and again, but when love is the bond, they will always find a way to resolve their problems. An important rule of thumb is to not allow third parties into your marital problems unless you've tried to resolve them to no avail. Chapter 6. The subconscious mind can give you inner guidance if you ask for it. Have you ever got stuck trying to find answers to certain questions, then decide to forget about it, and all of a sudden, you find the answer comes to you when you least expect it? It happens to every one of us, but we don't seem to have control over it. Sometimes it happens, and at other times it doesn't. It seems to have a life of its own. But it doesn't have to be so. Those answers you get come from your subconscious mind. As one who understands the workings of the subconscious mind, you can always get inner guidance anytime you want. This section will show you how. First thing you should know is that your subconscious mind functions like some kind of universal bank, one that is constantly multiplying the deposits you make into it. At all times, you're depositing things into your subconscious bank. Your response to happenings around you provides meanings, interpretations, and prompts for your mental bank. Now, each time you're faced with a difficult choice to make or problem to solve, you'll try to find answers by thinking. What you're doing at that point is withdrawing from the deposits in your mind. If you don't have deposits of good values, you can't withdraw good decisions. Even at that, you can work your subconscious mind into giving you the wisdom to act in critical situations, irrespective of the prior deposits you've made. But you'll have to do some work, nothing different from the attraction principles we've been discussing. Go into a quiet and relaxed state, then begin asking your mind for solutions to your problems. If you believe and are patient, you'll get what you seek. You can as well use the power of your mind to overcome fear. Perhaps you're thinking of starting a business but are afraid that it will fail, or you're scared of speaking in front of a large audience. Whatever your fear is, you can overcome it by doing one thing: facing it. Fear is a product of the mind, so you can overcome it by engaging the mind. When you face your fear headlong by doing the things you're scared of, you'll be unleashing power from your inner mind to overcome the negative emotion. Conclusion: your conscious and subconscious minds can synchronize to give you the outcomes you desire. Remember, your conscious mind is the one that gets direct contact with the external world. As this happens, it picks information, belief systems, and affirmations that it transfers to your subconscious. Your subconscious is subjective, so it receives and processes this information, then releases the outcome in the form of the results you get in life. Now, this is good because it means you can make your mind deliver specific results. For instance, before going to bed, you can impress your mind to wake you up by 5 a.m. This will happen if you believe. Speaking of beliefs, our belief systems determine the quality of our lives. For example, if you believe that eating pizza will make you sick, the same thing will happen even if you mistakenly eat it. Why? Because your subconscious mind has registered pizza as terrible for your health. Successful businessmen like Henry Ford understood and leveraged upon the power of the mind to achieve great feats in their generations. Research shows that the major scientific discoveries we have today are linked to the ability of scientists and researchers to unleash the power of their inner minds. You too can be successful. Begin by letting go of all negative and limiting beliefs. Feed your subconscious mind with seeds of the trees you want to see in your life. If you want wealth, begin to consider yourself a wealthy person. Your account may not change the day you start thinking and acting rich, but something is happening to your subconscious mind that will soon manifest if you don't entertain negativity. Try this. Determine one particular thing you want to attract into your life. Every night, before going to bed, ask your subconscious mind to get it done. Then affirm to yourself that you already have it. Do this consistently until you get what you seek.